Yeah, so my name's Jeff Lusin. I'm a principal and owner at 45 Architecture. I was born and raised in Bozeman, Montana, but my experience graduated from Washington State with my undergrad and Montana State with my grad school. And then I went back to school and got my MBA from LSU. They play in a creek by our house and catch frogs and things, but we're in Bozeman, so it's, you get best of both worlds. But that kind of attitude of, kind of protecting and designing within nature, and really, these projects are very outward focused, which is super unique. Internships in Seattle, worked for a firm in San Francisco, and then in Portland, Oregon, before moving back about 8 years ago to Montana. So we are a firm that prides ourselves on community work. 45 Architecture is for the parallel through Bozeman, so we're kind of a community-oriented architecture firm. But they're all very unique depending on how that owner wants to work and what they see as important. And then we adapt through our processes in order to kind of pull as much information out. But our design process is very organized, and there is a process, but it's very conditional to the client and their personality. And what I mean by, although kind of a vague answer, we follow that design process, programming, schematic design, design developments, construction documents, bidding, CA, but that design does evolve through those different phases. I would say there's more people here not from Montana than are from Montana. In fact, most of, we call us native Montanans kind of unicorns or leprechauns, kind of depends on how you look at it. But the point is, I think it's a blend of everybody. I mean, it's almost like wherever we get a new direct flight from, we get a whole new set of clients. So last summer, we got a direct flight from Dallas and Jacksonville, Florida. So we had a whole bunch of new clients from Florida, Miami, and Dallas, kind of McKinney, Lucas area. So most of our clients are that type. I'd say on the public side, it's almost opposite, but there's a lot of, people who want to move here on the public side, Minneapolis, all over the country, North Carolina, that are in that public sector as well. So, even the new city manager in Belgrade is from actually Dallas. So I think we're very, being able to relate to different parts of the country is part of essentially our ethos. I think, building a sense of place and attention to detail. I think both of those Peter Zumthor does very well. One thing we really pride ourselves on is that great design is easy to understand and hard to create. And what I mean by that, and that's I think what we share, is that a lot of times, architecture can be easily thrown together. You can solve the function, but solving the form takes a lot of edits, and that continually editing process is something that really creates great architecture. I would love to design in Arizona because I could have tiny, thin roofs instead of giant snowboards. So, we're in a seismic 4 area, so we have a lot of tremors because of Yellowstone Park. We have a high solar area, so it just beats up materials because of the elevation we're at, and the wind and kind of cold. And then we have the freeze thaw with gigantic snow loads. So we have some really extreme temperatures and conditions to design around, and so it makes it very difficult to be as expressive as you can.